Insight, a presentation of the WALB TV Department of News and Public Affairs. Today's host is Tom Bryant.
Good afternoon, everyone. Drug abuse is a problem that has been with us for many years, but in more recent times there have been some new hopes raised for fighting this problem, and that will be our topic for discussion this week on Insight, when we have as our guest the Chief Judge of the Dougherty Judicial Circuit, the Honorable Asa D. Kelley, and from Atlanta, Georgia, a professor at the Georgia State University, Dr. Thomas Gleaton, who is president and co-founder of an organization called Pride. These two gentlemen have connections with some rather unique organizations in this area. And first you will, Judge Kelley, I know a lot of people in Albany are familiar with your efforts over the years to fight this problem among offenders. Would you quickly outline for us some of the, for what some people call the Albany Plan?
Yes, I'll be very happy to, Tom. Under the Albany Plan, the adult offenders who are placed on probation are required to do many things, one of which is to submit to a urinalysis examination periodically to determine whether or not they are using drugs. In addition, they are required to submit to a psychological stress evaluation to determine whether or not they are involved in any activity which may be termed illegal by our law enforcement people. And also, in addition, we have a tracking list which keeps up with all of those people who have been sentenced by the court and who have those special conditions of probation. This is a very effective tool for the law enforcement people, because if they have those special conditions of probation, the law enforcement person has the right to do certain things, such as search the person or the car, the premises, without a search warrant because of the special condition of probation. And in addition to that, I'm very happy and pleased to announce today, as you have probably heard on this station and other media, that the commissioners of the city of Albany and the county of Dougherty have provided necessary funds to provide ethical education for those offenders who can't afford to pay for it. And as of yesterday, since July the 1st, we have involved over 33 offenders in this program, 14 of whom are in the jail and will not be released to the street until we are satisfied by psychological evaluation that they are prepared to go by the laws of living on the street. And the reason I'm so vitally interested in the Pride organization and the goals that they have set under the direction of Dr. Gleaton is the fact that about 90 to 95% of the people I sentence have committed drug or alcohol-related crimes. And
so you sort of get them at the end
of the spectrum.
Of the spectrum where they've already gotten involved.
And that's the reason it's so important for the parents and the children and the teachers to get into the act, and also the churches and government, to teach these people right from wrong.
Well, let's talk to Dr. Gleaton a little bit. And as I understand, your program is at the other end of the spectrum, trying to prevent young people from getting involved with these things to start off with.
That's right. We're at the other end of the spectrum, but in another sense, we're doing some of the same things, but we're trying to teach ethical education maybe a little earlier by working with parents. Let me begin by saying it this way, telling you a little story. A father was telling me one day that his daughter, 12-year-old daughter, he caught her stealing a $5 bill from his billfold. And he said, "Honey, I'm your father. I care about you. I love you. How could you steal from me?" And with big tears streaming down her cheeks, she said, "But Dad, I'm not stealing. I'm only ripping off." Now here's a child who with her little friends had a little game called rip-off. And to be a hero in the group, you ripped off a little from father, maybe a little from the store, and so forth. It became a game with them. So as the judge is talking about teaching ethical education, teaching what's right and what's wrong, we've got to remember to do that in the home. Now, in the home today, we're very fortunate if we can get a child through the adolescent years who is not too drug impaired. Hopefully we can get our children to go through adolescent doing the normal